What's up, Jones Bones? It is your girl, Unitedly Random, and today is, I believe, day 13 or 12. No, I think it's day 13 because 12 had me all over the place. Okay, now I would show you guys day 12, but day 12, I didn't white balance, you know, and at this point, we're growing. But let's talk a little bit about what I did yesterday. Yesterday, I had the notion, I had the gumption. I was like, you know what, girl? Today, we're going to go get that COVID shot. And I'm going to tell you about getting the COVID shot right after this intro.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
And we are back. And now I don't really think that I should just hold you guys on for a while before I tell you the absolute truth of the situation. You know, like suspicion and all that. Whoop de whoop de whoop. No, I went to go get the COVID shot. Did I get the COVID shot? Now those are two different things, okay? And here is why. I don't know if I'm gonna ever do a video where I just explain this by itself. So I thought I might as well talk to you guys while I'm washing my face about this, especially because the emotions are still kind of fresh, and it also had me a little discombobulated, if I could say so myself. It had me a little discombobulated today. You know, it had me discombobulated yesterday. So here's what happened. I turned to Stu. Stu turned to me. I said, Stu, if I were to say that I wanted to get the COVID shot right now, would I be able to go get it? Okay, I've been like playing with the idea of getting the COVID shot, and the main reason why is because I don't want to be lumped together with the people who aren't getting the COVID shot, because government is putting microchips into your body. I don't necessarily believe that, and even if I did, I really don't care if the government puts microchips inside of my body. You know what I'm saying? But you know, there's a lot of things that I care about. Them taking over my body is not one of those things, you know what I'm saying? And we can talk about that a little bit later. I guess I just figured that they have more important things to do than seeing what I'm doing in my life. And if they are interested enough in seeing what I'm doing in my life, hello, my name's Alia, and I would like more money, my student loans paid off, and to become famous. Boom. But I was in a mood. Okay, let's go back to it. Stu has been bringing up me getting the COVID shot for a while. As soon as the COVID shot was available, he went and got it, okay? He went and got it when they were like, hey, you get the COVID shot, you can walk around without a mask. And then like, right after he got both shots, they were like, okay, well, you know, we take that back. And I just thought that, that's kind of interesting that, you know, you went and got the shot, but you still have to wear the mask that I'm wearing, you know what I'm saying? You know, so it was never really like, I wasn't in a big push to get the shot. In the beginning, Stu was also like, oh, I don't really care about getting the shot. And then he was like, okay, I'll get the shot. I kind of teeter-tottered between getting the shot and not getting the shot. You know, the biggest motivator for getting the shot is you don't want to die, okay? But on top of that, I just felt like I would just wear my mask and stay away from people until this dies down, because I really don't feel comfortable getting the shot. And I kind of played it off with all of the family members around. I was just like, oh, the brat in me doesn't want to get the shot. Oh, you know, I'm just being bad, you know. Forget the government and stuff like that. I play it off like, wow, these are the reasons why I'm not getting shots. And I kind of never sat down and actually told someone, hey, I'm afraid to get the shot. And people think that, you know, I've tried to play it off also that I was afraid of the pain of the shot, which, you know, I have tattoos, and generally I don't really necessarily care about the pain of getting shots. I have more so a thing against medicine, okay? And as silly as it sounds, it also puts me inside of a category of the people who do not want to get the shots because, you know, Jesus got me, or also the reason of if I die, I die type of situation. It puts me in the category with them, but I don't want to be in the category with them, which is one of my motivators to go ahead and get the shot. But really the reasoning is the last time I got a shot was the depot shot, and I feel like it ruined my body, and I feel like I was forced to take it even though I didn't want to. And even though people were telling me you had a choice, I didn't necessarily have a choice, because I was in the room with the doctor and Stu, and the doctor was like, oh, I'm gonna give you this, and I was just like, well, I tried to ask questions, and the doctor was like, never mind. And I just didn't really get any of my answers questioned. And I had Stu and the doctor also like kind of ganging up on me, like, go ahead and take it. And I've talked to Stu about it just yesterday because I had a breakdown because getting there to the doctor, getting there to the Walmart, we were going to get the thing for free and everything. I was nervous. I mean, like, I'm picking at my nails, nervous, like I'm stressed. And I'm staring at the wall because I'm shutting down because of the stress. And I've never been in that situation, I think, other than when I first found out that I had lost our baby. Like when I found out we lost our baby, I just kind of was there and I just kind of went somewhere else. And Stu was talking to the doctor about what was happening. I was just somewhere else. That's what happened yesterday. I was there, but I went somewhere else and I wasn't necessarily in a good place. And the thing about Stu is he was very excited about me taking the test because his father is older and he wants us to go see his dad, and his dad has a rule: if you don't have the COVID shot, don't come see me. And I recognize that rule, and I'm not saying like, oh, his dad is bad for having that rule. Dad can have that rule. It's just I felt a lot of pressure to get the COVID shot, because if I don't get the COVID shot, that's equivalent to me telling him that I don't want to see your dad, and that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? But the case is the COVID shot gives me so much anxiety that I cannot do it. Like it's very, very bad. And I know that it's also like unfound, and it's also like, it's not like I've been watching TV and they're saying all these bad things about the COVID shot and I'm just like, oh no, I don't want that in my body. It's truly just the last time I got a shot was for Depo. I didn't have any choice in it, and it seems as though that might have been a traumatic experience for me. Okay, so it's really frustrating, and I go back and forth, and I'm talking really fast because it's stressing me out. Like, it's deeply stressing me out, and I did not want to go through that. Just the hint of it was stressing me out, and I was like, no, I'm not really interested in getting the shot, and I played it off, but in reality, I have some form of PTSD tied up behind putting things inside of my body, okay? And it can probably go all the way back to when my mom put me on ADHD medicine, and it made me into a zombie. And that was the first instance in which I was very in the mood to unalive myself, and it followed me for so many years, you know what I'm saying? So I just can't right now, and maybe I will one day, but not right now. And I'm not making any promises, and hopefully I can get to the point where I can step over my fears of actually getting it, because the reasoning behind not getting it are very, very minuscule in the grand scheme of things. It's not completely, oh yeah, this completely makes sense. It's not that. It's fear, okay? And fear is freaking powerful. Fear it's too much in this moment. I would much rather confront my brother about what he did to me when I was a little girl than take that shot right now. And I know that seems crazy. I know that might seem like, oh my gosh, it's just where I am, okay? There's other things that I'm dealing with right now, so that I don't want to deal with that, okay? So that is my little rant on the COVID shot. I'm sorry. I know people are going to be like, take it. I know people are going to be like, well, you know, you can't. I've talked to a lot of people about this, okay? I talked to a lot of people before I talked to Stu about my worries, because I think my biggest worry is being seen as a bad person because I don't want to take the shot. And that makes me anxious, and that makes me feel bad. I don't want to be a bad person because I don't want to take a shot. But also, I feel like people don't understand that it's something deeper there, okay? And like, I can play it off. I can act like it's this. I can act like it's that. But it's something very much deeper that I don't even have the fullness. I don't have the ability to really express it to you how deep it is for me, because I don't even understand how deep it is for me. Like I said, it could be some type of PTSD trauma from the last time I got a shot, but I just can't. It makes me hecka anxious, and then at that point, if I'm taking it while I'm about to cry, I don't need to take it. You know what I'm saying? I can come back and take it another day, and I can feel stronger when I take it the other day than taking it while I'm breaking down. So even though Stu had already talked to the lady had already put my information in. She made me an appointment for the second shot, and we were sitting there and filling out the paper. I still caved, and I got to the car because I didn't want to like start crying in public. Because come on, you know, I didn't want to start crying in public. I got to the car, and I just unleashed. I unleashed it all, and I was crying, and Stu is just probably like, I don't know, there's a part of my head that's like, Stu is just looking at me like I'm crazy, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, and I'm feeling bad, because not only is Stu just like, okay, well, I'm not gonna force you, but also I'm like, okay, now he hates me, so I need to deal with those issues, you know what I'm saying, within myself, because goodness, it brought up a lot of things within me that I did not know it was going to bring up. So, COVID shot, as of right now, is a no-go. Maybe in the future, and I'll definitely let you guys know when I finally do it, okay? But until then, let's go ahead and talk about how I have a little datey date today. You know that girl I was supposed to be going out to the museum with like a week ago or like a month ago? I don't know when y'all got the video. I'll pop the little video over right here if I remember. But that girl was like, hey, so we good for this week? And let me tell you, I wanted to get out of it. I really didn't want to get out of it. I planned to do this when I was in a better place mentally, and now I just feel drained. Now I just feel like, oh my gosh, because yesterday was a big deal for me, I guess. Like, I cried. I went to sleep around like 5 o'clock, and I slept all night. Like, I guess I was tired. I'm not on my lady times. I'm leaving my lady times, but I guess I'm still dealing with the emotional inconsistencies that come with your lady time. But yeah, I was emotional. I was stressed out. And I was irritated with myself. Not only was I irritated with Stu in the situation, because he was so happy for me to take the shot that I keep saying I don't want to take. You know, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so anxious. And he's so happy, and I feel bad because he's happy that I'm going to do it. And I really don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Not only was that the case, but I was snapping at him. So then I was frustrated that I was snapping at him. And I was frustrated that I felt like I had no control over my body. And I think that's a bigger thing in and of itself. When I was talking about PTSD, not having control over your body, losing control, that is something that is very scary for me. Something that is so scary for me, to lose control. Because I work so hard to have some type of control over myself, okay? You guys don't know how hard I work for this control. There's something about being depressed. It's something about going through these hard times. It's something about going through the pain that I didn't go through when I was a child, okay? And some of the pain I did kind of teeter-totter in, but as an adult, to reassess that pain and try to move past and be better and grow from that pain is very hard. I'm gonna go ahead and wash my glasses while I'm talking to you guys. It's very hard, and it's not like I can just walk away and be like, well, that wasn't me, because it was me. And it's also not like I'm like every single day like, well, I was also that little girl that got abused. No, it's not that. But I feel it's very important to stand in who I am. It's very important to be who I am. It's very important to me to say, hey, Alia, this sucked, and it's okay to cry. You know, it's okay to feel bad about it. And you're free now. And I think that the important thing of saying, hey, these things happen, is I can look around at my life right now and say, it's not happening right now. You have a lot more control. But sometimes the emotions catch up to me. And when those emotions catch up to me, I don't want to do YouTube. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I just want to lay down. I just want to sleep. It's emotionally draining. Anytime I have these situations, they're very emotionally draining. And I feel like, how am I going to go on? How am I going to do more? How am I going to grow? Because growing up, I just had a realization growing up. Anytime I had like a bad day, or anytime something happened, or anytime I was really sick, my mom will always tell me, well, how are you going to live in the real world? How are you going to exist in the real world like this? Instead of giving me any type of pointers of balancing myself, instead of giving me any types of things to make myself feel better, it was always that questioning. And so now, as an adult, I'm looking at myself and I'm like, how are you going to exist in the real world? How are you going to do this? How are you going to be that? And how are you going to be better? And I asked myself these questions like my mom would ask my questions. Like when I was younger, I asked myself these questions like I'm not living it, like I'm not feeling the pain. It's not like I'm the person who I'm speaking to. I asked myself like, I don't even care what you're going through, suck it up. And it's very hurtful to myself, and I'm hurting myself, and I recognize I'm hurting myself, but I can't stop the pattern just yet. So it's a work in progress is one of the things I want to say. It's definitely a work in progress. Like I said earlier, I almost canceled on going to this little museum with the girl because I was just like, you know what? I don't want to be around people. I'm tired. I don't want to do this. I just want to lay in the bed and just lay in the bed, not do anything, right? But I'm also forcing myself to go out. I'm forcing myself to do these things because maybe I can find inspiration. Maybe I can do something more once I leave my box, okay? The house is getting in good shape. The house is like, I'm so blessed to have a very good house above my head, and it's not the cleanest. It's not anxiety ridden dirtiness either. Like it's good. And I have Stu that works with me, and when I'm having a bad day, you know, he just chills out with me. If I ask him, I give him, hey man, I just kind of need you to lay on the bed with me, and he does. And that's something that I'm very thankful for, because when I was a little girl, I didn't have anyone to help me through these moments, okay? Now I have people to help me through these moments. Now I have people that care about me. Now I have someone who wants to go to the museum with me, and you know what? I'm gonna go to the museum today. You know, I have someone who wants me to be better, and I have someone who cares about me when I am feeling weak and pushes me to be a better me. And through that, I am becoming a better me. You know, the meme on TikTok, if you guys aren't on TikTok, there's a meme going around and there's music playing, and it's like you're talking to a younger version of yourself, and your younger version is asking, well, did we get married? Did we finally do this? Did we do that? I can finally look at the younger me and tell her, we did it. And I think it's very important with the whole idea of trauma timeline, which it's popped up and down. But with the whole idea of having a trauma timeline is because you can look back at that timeline and say, look how far I've come. And the trauma timeline isn't just to say, well, all of these bad things happened to me. All of these bad things happened to me, but also look at the good that I've gotten from that, right? Look at the process that I've gotten. Look where I am now. Look where I am today, right? So I don't know if I already started it or it's some coming in within the next week or so, but I'm going to start a series called Trauma Timeline. And I hope that if you guys are strong enough to, you know, be with me while I recant some of my traumas, you guys can follow along my healing journey, because maybe it can start something within you, or maybe it can bring up some things that you might need to have a conversation with yourself or your therapist about. So anyway, much love and positive vibes, and I will see you guys next time. Like and subscribe, leave me a comment down below, and keep pushing, because when you're pushing yourself forward, one day you'll get to the point where you're pushing, and then things just start rolling, and then you're just like, oh crap, I gotta hold on, you know. And I've had many moments where I'm just pushing, and then I get to the top of the hill, and I don't even realize it's the hill because it's a big ball in front of me, and then I push, and I'm just like, whoa! And we're flying, and we're going, and that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And then you get to a point where you're just like, wow, I've been going and going and going. Okay, when that next hill coming? Okay, and then you start manifesting the next hill. Well, I need another hill to push this up because I know it's coming, right? Lately I've been telling myself to just enjoy when I'm feeling good. Just enjoy when I'm feeling blessed. Just enjoy each day. And it's not easy.